Hey, hey everyone. We need to talk about crazy prices on graded cards. Now, you all know on eBay, when you're looking at raw prices, they are fairly close in their range, I would say, for the condition. Not too far of a swing, not too crazy, not double, triple, quadruple digit swings. Um, Not quite the case with graded cards. I think we need to talk about that. It's a little wacky. I think there's opportunity there with what you're going to see. I think there's a little bit of scariness with some of the grading and the prices that you see. Let's get into it. You can see here I've got a BGS 10, just missing the centering that's at a 9.5. So a pristine 10, gold label, pretty good shape, $1,006. It's a lot of money for an Umbreon. It's the VMAX, it's the alternate R, it's the current stonker, right? Cheers to that. I'll produce for Ryan. So, what about a CGC 10? Just missing the centering, 9.5, 1,260. Let's look at that. $250-ish, 250-ish, a little bit more dollar difference. They're saying it's the exact same grade to the subgrade. Literally the exact same grade they're saying. These cards sold within days of each other. BGS, I thought, was maybe more a little renowned for being higher price 10s, which was interesting for me to see that. CGC, obviously, 25% jump. Literally a 25% jump from the BGS price. That's pretty significant, guys. Like, that's a big jump. So what I did was I pulled these and I pulled some other grading company 10s, and I thought I would address it and show you guys just how crazy the swings are between the companies for similar cards. Something you may notice, if you didn't pick up yet, is this BGS card is English, and this Japanese, which was more for the same grade with CEC, like I just said, is Japanese. Maybe the language plays a part in the pricing. Generally, Japanese has been going for lower and English a little higher. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if I missed the boat on this specific card. When I'm looking at cards, most of the time the ones I'm chasing, the Japanese are slightly lower in the English market. I don't know. But you'll see with these other cards, a little bit of a swing, a little bit kind of all over the place. So let's jump in. We've got an English HGA that's a pristine 10. Corners are just a 9.5. Everything else a 10. And 745. So I'm looking at the English Beckett 1006. 25% drop on a HGA from the BGS. Excuse me. That's pretty interesting. That's quite a significant drop. Both very, very recent sales. All the ones I've pulled are the most recent one for each grading company. You can see what I would say is probably left to right centering, just slightly, just a nick off. I don't even know if it's 9.5. I would maybe giving it a 9, honestly, on the centering. It's very, very close, but not perfect centering for sure. So I think a good call from HGA, but 745, big drop. This one is OG. Somehow hit a 10. It got a 10 on centering, 10 on surface, 9 on edges, and 9.5 on corners. somehow seem to average out to a 10. I don't know. They got a wacky scale, I guess. English again, $346.71. Centering left to right. Before you look at anything else, I mean, you can see the centering left to right is definitely off. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like that might actually be a 9.5 centering. So 9.5, 9.5, 10, 9. I guess they're averaging 9.5 there. So rounded it up to a 10. I don't know. Maybe they don't have a 9.5 grade. I don't know with OG, sorry. But 346 seems pretty low. Likely a PSA 9, I would guess. So could be pretty on the money, but obviously an odd one. I don't know if people collect a 10 of each grading company or not. I don't know if that's a thing, but that could play into it too. This one is platinum card grading, which averaged out at 9.5 and 9 surface, 9 centering. Ended up somehow at a Gem Mint 10. 378, 10. Obviously a big jump down from 1,000. Don't know who the heck platinum card grading is, but yeah, who knows. PSA, the most recent was from ECHR, and $635 for the PSA 10. Most recent. Looks pretty well centered. Don't see any damage. It's pretty clean, crisp. I did take a look at the back. Couldn't see any whitening really. It did look well centered on the back too. I think it's a pretty strong 10, I'll be honest with you. And it was half the BGS 10 almost, and very close to half the CGC 10. So when people say that PSA has a premium, clearly not a CGC or BGS 10 premium. It's 50% reduction in a very similar time frame. Big difference. That's important. That's very important when you're talking about PSA and CGC. Guys, if your card really is perfect looking, and I mean, when I mean perfect, I mean absolutely perfect, you may get double the amount sending to CGC. That's an important data point to consider. Doubling your money, especially when their grading is cheaper. I mean, let's get real. This one was RCG. Never heard of them before. This was a new one for me during my investigation, digging, I guess you would call it. Somehow hit 10 on everything. Perfect 10, literally. They get it a Rev 10 Crown Jewel. So I'm guessing that's their strongest grade that there is. 10 corners, 10 servers, 10 edges, 10 centering. Everything 10. They all follow the same 4 data points. You know, I don't know if there is another data point that you could. Maybe texture could play part of it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else they could do. Maybe they print coloring. I know I have seen some that are maybe more faded, some that are brighter, more vivid coloring. It's interesting that doesn't seem to play into the grading much for some reason, but is what it is. RCG, whoever they are, hit more than a PSA 10 somehow. So this was probably my most shocking discovery. A grading company I hadn't heard of, hitting a 50% jump from a PSA 10 when PSA is, you know, kind of renowned for having a bit of a premium. SGC obviously is known for sports cards. Tuxedo, pretty cool setup. Hit the 10. Does look slightly off left to right. You can see the left is slightly thicker, and the bottom is slightly thicker too. I don't know how keen your guys' eyes are on this video. I don't know how clear it is for you to see, but I wouldn't say centered at a 10. I think it's maybe borderline. Probably I would probably have graded it a 9 myself, but $534. It got less than a PSA 10, less than a CGC 10, less than a BGS 10. Definitely a lower price. That could have been due to the buyer seeing that it wasn't quite a strong 10. And that's it. I guess that's the last one. So you can see we went hundreds and hundreds of dollar differences between the grades there. It's not a 10, 20, 50, $100 price swing. We are talking 50% price swings. We are talking triple digits, several. So take time, guys. Do your research. See what you are buying. Check into the grading yourself. Post-grade it yourself. I know we've talked about pre-grading before, and obviously the grades from the grading companies, but we should be post-grading. That's something that isn't talked about enough. Are you buying the actual card? I know Dan's talked about the card and the slab, that kind of stuff. Like $500 for this card seems too much for me. If you're going to spend quadruple digits, 4-digit numbers on a card with BGS, CGC, better be a clean 10. Like, you got to make sure that that's a clean 10. A PSA 10, $600. I mean, I don't know, but that PSA 10 looked very clean. I mean, look at that thing. It looks pretty well centered. I mean, much better centered than that last one we were just looking at. I know it's slightly tilted to the side a little bit, but yeah, use your eyes, guys. Don't just read the label. Look at the card. Study this thing. There's more to it than the grade. They were all 10s, and we went hundreds and hundreds of dollar differences between them. So just wanted to get that out there. Something that's been on my mind a little bit. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. What's the opinion of different grading card companies you haven't heard of? Do you buy them in the cheaper prices to maybe possibly regrade? It looks like a bit of a risk based on the 10s with the centering issues that I've seen before even looking at the quality. But interested to know what you guys think. So let me know. Something a little different to talk about, but something that's important, especially on something with this price point that people are going a little crazy for right now. Alright guys, see ya.